Okay, so now we're back here with Jennifer's Kitchenaid, and this, like I said, is also getting done in Cobalt, just like the little whipper. And you can see it looks like somebody was trying to sand this down and go for a polished aluminum look, which actually probably wouldn't look too bad on here. But this is going to end up being Cobalt, and then this is going to end up getting polished up. It's painted right now, but we're going to go through and get it polished up for her. And it'll be polished aluminum. Some of these had the, or this is a 3C, I'm sorry, not a 4C, this is a 3C. Some of the 4Cs had the polished metal handle, and it was basically just had a thin chrome plate on it, and then they put a clear coat over it, which kind of took away from the chromeness of it, but I guess it was so thin it had to be protected. But anyways, let's see what we got going on here. Aside from being grungy. You know what? I didn't check the cord on here. I bet you I could plug this thing in. I don't recall what the note said about this one here, if it ran or not. But let me get my brush caps back on. Let's see if this thing runs. I never did check this one. Let's unwrap this and see what we got, for usability on here. I mean, it doesn't matter, it's getting tore apart anyways, but sometimes it's just nice to see what you're starting out with, get a baseline, Alright. Drop the knob back in. Alright, it seems to run good down low. And it seems like it runs up. The longer you run it, the better it runs up high. So that's probably a grease issue. Oh, I smell ozone. There's definitely some arcing going on in here. Ooh, man, you can really smell that. I wonder if we're going to find that the brushes are practically gone or something. I mean, it was working pretty good. Nope. Brushes look good. Well, you can definitely smell that, though. I mean, it's not supposed to smell that strong. But honestly, I do like that smell. I got orange stuff here. So I have some room to put these parts on. But yeah, the brushes look really good. And we'll see, we'll find out more when we get in here and check everything else out. A lot of times, you get surprises just waiting for you in there. Never know what you're going to find. There, now we can get everything off, and like I said, this will polish up. And that'll end up being the blue color. I can't remember now. Whatever color I said we're doing this in. Alright. There's some crud built up back here, but it's not too bad. Let's start taking it apart. We'll know more about the shape of these once we start to get everything cleaned up and all that. I just worry about the capacitor in these, especially if it's got a lot of arcing. And like I said, it doesn't look like it was coming from the brushes. Brushes look good. So if it's coming from back here, under here. I have to take a look at these contacts here really good. Then there's a good chance that that could be the capacitor, which is almost impossible to find. Alright, I'm going to get this plate off. I'm going to take a good look at these contacts on here, instead of waiting until we get into cleanup. See if I can see them now. No, they're still intact. Seem to stick. But I'll just spray this off with some of that QD, and that should take care of that. They're intact. They look in good shape. Got a little flyweight assembly off of there, or pin. There we go. Yeah, I can feel some resistance turn this around, but actually it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would. I thought that was going to be way harder. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and for anybody that was wondering, this does say, it is stamped on this one here, it's a .109 microfarad 220 volt capacitor. Alright, might as well take out what I can get back here for now. Alright, resistor out. And I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this spring out of here. There we go. That's the spring for the this thing here, this doohickey. Alright. I guess I can continue taking all this off. Alright, looks like everything came out together, but no biggie. We can take apart and clean up. Get that lubricated really well. That's the rear bushing. And the armature looks good, but man, it's got a thick layer of black on there. But it's not worn at all, so that just needs to be polished. And let's take a look at cord and all that good stuff. I hear a crunchiness. I bet you that's the cord wire. There, get that out of the way. Yeah, that's probably the wire for the cord. I can't quite see the other one right now. Everything is like really jammed under there. There we go. Yeah, that was all bent, twisted, folded. I mean, they usually are, but that one's pretty bad. Yeah, here we go. And it just breaks when you bend it. Alright, let me cut this off and get it out of here. Since this is getting a new cord, get a little sleeve off and might as well pop off the restraint and reuse that because I like these ones. There we go. That smell. Alright. Two cord leads here. This one has got a chunk taken out of it, looks like. So I may have to fix that. Alright, get these brush holder leads off. I don't think I have to actually yet. I think I can wait till I get this field coil out. I do have to disconnect one more wire nut here though. I hadn't taken out my switch yet. Alright, this one right there. There we go. Let's see if we can drag our field coil right on out of there. There we go. You see, that's what I was talking about on the wire right there. It looks like it got pinched or something. So we're going to have to fix that because we can't leave that fly. There's bare wire showing right there. And it's going up inside of a metal housing. So that's no good. There. Get the switch and lever assembly out of there. And then our last wire that's in here, brush holder clip. Alright, that part is pretty much gutted other than oh, this has to get, we had to get this welded up right here too, this little clip that always breaks on these damn things. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, brush holder's got to come out of there. I see quite a bit of oil down on the bottom of there too. For now, let's get the gearbox taken apart and all the gears out of here. I might need something else to set them on now because they're going to be nasty. So I'll set them right on there. Clear my screw slot again. This is the worst screw on these Kitchenaids, I think, because it's right where everything splashes up and gets in the screw, and when you wipe it off, you never look up there. So it always stays grungy, along with the washers and everything for it. They're always a wreck. Alright, get our planetary out. You can see how nasty that is in there. So we'll get that apart, get that ready to be degreased. Got our big old ridge of dried up Kitchenaid grease here as it leaks out and hardens up. Alright, let's get our gear cover off of here. Let's see if we can do it without heating it up on this one. I'm not feeling all that confident about it, but you never know. Just judge by how hard, the stuff built up around there was. This thing has seen some use. I don't know if you can see the color of that under there. But yeah, this thing has seen some use. I mean, the paint is practically faded away to nothing on parts of it. Not here. I mean, obviously somebody tried sanding it, but down here, it's just practically gone, almost non-existent in spots. It's so thin. See, ones like this are, they're a prime candidate for giving them a new finish. The finish is in such bad shape that it's not going to really matter too much. Alright, I'm going to take the heat gun to this. Alright, I figured the easiest way to do this would be to put this back on its side so you can see. I mean, I had to keep heating this up for quite a bit, but you can see it's pretty darn greasy in there. I mean, the grease has gotten all softened up just from the warmth of trying to pull the bottom of the gear cover off there. So there's a bearing that, there's the bearing that came out on one shaft. Big blobs of grease here. Yeah, this is just a nasty mess here. One thing I do not like about these Kitchenaids, even though I don't mind getting greasy, it's just everything gets covered in grease from these things, and that's when I make sure I have a whole full roll of paper towels here. Alright, let's try and get this apart here. There we go. See, it's still flinging grease everywhere. But I want to get as much of this off here. I mean, you can see it's pretty runny right now, and it's only slightly warm. That's the thing I don't like about this Kitchenaid grease. I mean, the slightest little bit of warmth, and it gets so runny. And it gets everywhere. I mean, I'd almost prefer to deal with it being all hard and rubbery. And like this sometimes. I mean, look at that. And this is why you see, you know, so much oil running out of these things, because I mean it gets like that and it just runs out everywhere, you know, once they get warm. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with that. I think I'm just going to throw it in the degreaser as it is. I got it all over my counter here. I got to clean some of this up and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going back to the old ways now. You guys might not be able to see too much in here doing it like this, but I got grease getting everywhere, so I kind of had to do something with it. I want to see if I can pull this whole shaft out with that gear on it. Yeah, there we go. I just set that aside. And let me see if I can get some of this grease out of here. That stuff is just nasty. And there's so much of it. Alright, I'm going to scrape out some more of this. Alright, I got tired of all the grease everywhere, so everything just got a bath in TSP to get, you know, the bulk of all the grease off of there, because I just was having a tough time dealing with all this grease on everything. So now I got to pull the PTO drive out of here. Of course, this pin wants to be stuck. I'll break out the big guns for it. If I can get it on there. There we go. Pin out. Now, hopefully this shaft won't put up too much of a fight. Yeah, but it is already. Alright, we'll just have to clamp this off. Let's see if we can get this to rotate out of here for us. There we go. Oh yeah, that's still nice and gooey. Alright. I'll get the gear out now. Washer. Alright, there's only a little bit of grease left in here, but some of these parts are still greasy. So everything's going to go back in a degreaser before I throw it in the sandblaster, because I definitely don't want any of this stuff messing up my media there and contaminating everything. Let me just get the brush holders out here. Alright. We got have this stripped down. All I gotta do is strip down the base, get everything degreased and cleaned up. Got some parts here to polish up and clean up and all that good stuff. And then after we get all this colored, we'll come back and we'll get everything put back together. Alright, we've got this Kitchenaid 3C all wrapped up here. This was not too bad to do. It came out really good in this cobalt color, and if you remember, this whole thing was kind of like a really bad white color. It was all faded and had a lot of missing paint. Even the handle here was white. So basically we stripped the handle down and just polished it up, did the lettering on it. All the lettering is done, did the lettering on the speed control. The only thing that's left on here is this little tab. Let me show you guys in here. This little tab right here is broken. This is common. These things always seem to break. So I just got to take it down and get somebody to put a little tack weld on there just to hold that. I don't know why they always break right there. It's like the weak link in this type of mixer. But anyways, let's go ahead and fire this thing up and give it a listen to. Alright, looks like it may need a slight little bit more speed adjustment on here, but there's I can barely hear anything between 1 and 2 on there, so, and 1 looked a little bit fast. I'm going to have to just turn it down a little bit on 1. But other than that, this one's a wrap. So if you guys have any questions, comments, leave them down below. If you liked the video, let me know. Give it a thumbs up or whatever, and you know, that way at least I'll know that you liked it. And if you want to see other things that we've got coming up, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. That way you can get notified. So as always, guys, appreciate you watching. We will see you on the next one.